This is a shocking incident which has come to light where two fighter jets, possibly some of the best fighter jets that we have in India, an Su-30 and also the Mirage 2000, have crashed. How do you think this could have even happened?
Yeah, it's a great question, Mr. Saleh. Thank you for this question. I want to clarify one thing very clearly. We have a book called Air Combat Manual. In the opening sentences of the Air Combat Manual, inspired by the writings of Chanakya, it says when you can't train with a stick and fight with sword, if you train with sword, you might get nicked once in a while.
Right.
So we are in a geostrategic location, as you are aware, straddled by an enemy to the north in form of China, and we've had more than 2 or 3 skirmishes in the past, and we have Pakistan, which is almost on the verge of collapse, and both of them are a nuclear power, and both of them have a very potent air force.
Right.
So, and it may happen that we may have to deal with them simultaneously. So our training needs to be top of the line. A. B. Our training needs to be, be able to cater to both. It's called the two-front scenario. Accurately, and we come out with flying colors. So
right.
That is important. And another thing which I want to give it to our international viewers is Gwalior, where this accident has happened, is our Miramar, our Top Gun school. So this is the place where the best of the best is trained. Every fighter pilot aspires to go there. Every fighter controller aspires to go there.
Absolutely.
And the person
so
who
my
goes
question
there,
to you is, this is an incident that has happened over Morena. We're given to understand. And could this have happened while the pilots were being trained? Because the possibility of a mid-air collision has not been ruled out, nor has it been established that this is what resulted in the crash. What do you think is the most likely scenario that has happened? Because these happen to be the best aircrafts that India has, the Su-30 and Mirage 2000s.
Absolutely. See, I'm looking at a mathematical possibility. 2 aeroplanes, 2 fighter jets, both, crashed together in the same vicinity. Mathematical possibility is that they have somehow collided with each other. Could it have been operational risk, or could it have been one technical issue and the other operational risk? The court of inquiry over a period of time will establish, but by the day's end, we will come to know,
right,
was it an operational risk mission or was it a technical operational risk which led to such a thing happening? And remember, when fighters fight and fly together, we fight and fly together in a very close proximity.
Absolutely.
And this has been my alma mater. This is where I was trained.
Right.
This is where I mean, the aeroplanes right behind me is both the aeroplanes that I flew, the Mirage 2000.
Absolutely.
So we fight like canopy to canopy, and we fight with full gusto to be the best. So
right,
in that the margin of error is very, very thin. So this operational risk one has to live with. And if it has been an operational risk mission which led to mid-air collision, if at all there has been, then it would be a part of the job.
Right.
Yes, it shouldn't happen. Best thing is to keep the aeroplanes on ground. You will never have a crash. But that is not the desirable state, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So we need to train. We need to train, and we need to train well, and we need to train to fight against 2 inimical states which are north and west of us.
Absolutely.
So that is an important aspect. And every Air Force, I mean, mind you, Mr. Salah, every Air Force has its share of accidents during training. And the Indian Air Force is no exception. And if you look at the safety records of Indian Air Force, of the top-notch air forces in the world, we are probably one of the best in terms of safety record, and probably one of the best in terms of training is concerned. So, all put together,
right,
we have reached a situation where 2 aeroplanes have gone down, but 2 pilots are safe.
Yeah.
The 3rd pilot, we are establishing where is he, and I hope he is safe too. Over to you.
Absolutely, sir. As you pointed out, a mathematical possibility, things can go wrong. But as you said, there is intense amount of training that's actually given to these pilots who fly these top-notch fighter jets. My last question to you is, how much training does a pilot actually go through to be able to fly a plane like Mirage 2000 or an Su-30?
Let me answer that question with a little extra. Add a part of the question to your question.
Right.
How much of training a pilot goes through to reach the Top Gun school, which is called the TACD, the Tactical and Combat Development Establishment. Every fighter pilot aspires to go there. And a pilot who goes to TACD has got about 5 to 7 years of fighter flying experience. And in the unit, he is probably the best. And many seniors recommend his name that, yes, he can be the Top Gun of my squadron. He should go to TACD to learn the nuances of the best combat training at TACD. So the cream of the batch is sent to Gwalior. So these pilots who've been training in Gwalior are the ones who go back to the unit and train the rest of the young budding fighter pilots,
right,
and bring them up to the standards and up to the currency of the training. So these are the best pilots who go there, and these are the best pilots who were involved in the crash.
Absolutely, indeed. Thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us and getting us all those insights there. We value that insight very much. This, of course, is a very unfortunate incident that has happened where two fighter jets of the Indian Air Force, a Mirage 2000 and also an Su-30, have gone down. The circumstances of how exactly this has happened has not been established yet. An investigation is presently underway. Like they say, despite the best training and despite the best precautions that you can actually take, there's always this thin mathematical possibility that things can go wrong, that accidents can happen. But how has this happened? That's something that will be established on the basis of an investigation. My colleague Siddhant Sibil has been tracking the story really closely for us. Siddhant, what are you picking up in terms of what may have been the circumstances that played out which resulted in this crash?
Well, the accident happened earlier today in the morning around 5:30 a.m. in Madhya Pradesh. I'm talking about Madhya Pradesh right now because there is another accident which is being reported in Rajasthan as well. But in Madhya Pradesh, it is the Air Force planes who have been involved, as you have pointed out, Sukhoi and Mirage. And there were in all 3 pilots, 2 in Sukhoi, 1 in Mirage, and a court of inquiry has been announced. In fact, the Indian Defence Minister has been briefed. He has spoken to the Air Force Chief as well. And we also know that the details and more information is soon going to be released. As of now, the defense sources have given the details, but we can expect a release also from the Indian Defence Ministry, from the Air Force very soon. But we know that these planes, Sukhoi, have been involved in accidents in the past. So this is something that has been a concerning question for the Indian Defence Ministry for a long time, and the incident that has happened is something that will add to the worries regarding Sukhoi, and we can expect more meetings, perhaps, or perhaps some kind of internal turn regarding the usage of Sukhoi. But nonetheless, we are right now waiting for more details regarding the incident and also the relief and rescue operation when it comes to the pilots who were flying the plane, of course, and when the accident took place, the exact status of when it comes to the pilots, the injuries, perhaps, if how much they have been injured, is something. The details are something that are awaited.
Absolutely, indeed, Siddhant. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and getting us all those details. This, of course, is a big breaking story that we are tracking, and we'll come back to it as more details emerge. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.